I've submitted a few talks here. I'll give you an idea who I am, how entertaining I am, how cool my stories are, etc. But you'll notice there's a spine, there's kind of a creation myth that goes through all of them. And I want to just outline that creation myth. The one, kind of make it clear of why I'm doing what I'm doing, but also give you an idea of why I've chosen the topics I have and maybe other topics that I can cover. So look, I'm 72 years old. I know you're supposed to say you don't look 72. I looked a lot less 72 a few hours ago when I started putting all this stuff together. But anyway, I've lived a really interesting life. And when I was 21, I'm in my first year of law school. I met a crazy, wisdom, enlightened American Zen hillbilly master. And when I graduated law school, moving in with him, putting myself under his tutelage, living a very demanding, renunciate life. I spent 30 days a month in a cabin. I was celibate. I did all kinds of crazy stuff. But at the same time, I'm kind of living as this, renunciate. I'm also have this law practice, and I'm building a very successful practice, fighting corruption, etc. Wrote a book about it. Peacock actually did a documentary about one of my cases. I couldn't be just a monk, and I couldn't just be a business person. And this continued even after I sold my practice after 15 years and left the teacher, got another teacher, started another business. And so I've had these dual things, and a successful lawyer and a dedicated spiritual person. And made money, and I was a success in business, and I got what should have brought me satisfaction in business. I even had a spiritual experience, which should have brought me what I wanted. You know what? It didn't hit the core of what I needed. I really wasn't happy or fulfilled, despite the fact that I had, way achieved what I was hoping to find in both of these worlds, spirituality and business. And then, here's where you get the handkerchiefs out. When I was 62 years old, the woman beyond my dreams parachuted into my life, and everything changed. I found myself loved. I found myself with what I always wanted in my entire life. I found that my self-image as being, insignificant or insecure or not enough of myself or a tragic figure just didn't work, and it shook all that stuff loose. And that was the beginning of a 10-year odyssey from 62 to 72, where I learned that the key to everything is to like yourself. And this idea that we've got to improve and become better, we're not good enough, we're not ready for prime time, we don't deserve what life wants to bring us. That's just nonsense. And our perfection project just makes us more and more miserable and make sure we'll never get the happiness that we think we're achieving by becoming a better version of ourselves. And that's what you'll see through all of this. But this idea of liking yourself and loving yourself is so radical. The idea that no, you don't have to strive to become a better version of yourself. If you just love yourself, you become a more loving version of yourself, and that will naturally evolve you to more of what life needs and more of who you want to be. And I package it different ways. One, so people get some value. Look, if you like yourself and you love yourself, you're going to make better decisions. You're going to be in touch with a part of yourself. It's calm, it's intuitive, it's peaceful, and you will not only make better decisions, but you'll be happier in the process of making decisions. You'll be a better parent. Your kids know what you know, and if you don't like yourself, they're not going to like themselves. If they don't like themselves, as I learned through my own, problematic daughter, whom I love dearly, but who's brought me my share of headaches and gray hairs, if they don't like themselves, their behavior becomes extremely problematic. No amount of tutors and therapists, etc., are going to change that. And perhaps most importantly, I put 50 years in my perfection project. I don't want people to put that much time in. I want them to let that go. So anyway, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see this dual track that I have, spirituality and business. You're going to see this trend that being successful in both, having love come into my life, which brought me from my head into my heart, got rid of so many limiting beliefs and opened me up to a different way of looking at life. And then once that happened, you can't help but love yourself. And when you love yourself, you trust life, you trust yourself, and you trust people in it. And really, it's a kind of a 3-step process. You go from this, which is, I'm not ready for it. Don't give me anything good. You're blocking everything that life wants to give to you, and you wonder why the hell you're miserable. And the second one is life starts giving you enough, and you start seeing the magic and the goodness of life within yourself. You start to go, So you go from this to, I don't know. And then finally, you go to this. Bring it on. I'm ready for it. And that's the transformational process you'll find in everything that I'm doing. So anyway, look forward to working with you. Hopefully all this makes sense, and we'll see where it goes.